Welcome, AP Government students. Today we're talking about the argumentation essay response question, and we're talking about the 2020 adaptation. So there's 7 points, and really what I'm focusing on today is this part A. Okay, so without part A, without getting this defensible claim with reasoning, remember you have to provide reasoning. So it has to provide a defensible claim, and it also has to provide a line of reasoning. Without getting this part, the most points you can get on this FRQ is 2 out of 7. And I know y'all are striving for more than 2 out of 7. So getting this point is essential to scoring well on the AP test on this question, right? So we're really talking about the defensible claim, which is your claim in your line of reasoning for your argumentation essay, right? So the intended action when prompts provide options, which this one's going to. It's going to ask you to take a stance or to give your opinion on something, right? It's an argumentation essay. You're going to argue something. So you want to contrast two of them as point counterpoint, right? So which of the following is the best of A, B, or C turns into, some may say that Y because of A. So this is your counterpoint and the reasoning for your counterpoint. But X, this is your point, right? This is your thesis. This is your claim. X is the best because, right? And then we use that because it's going to help develop our line of reasoning. Okay. You do not have to provide a counterpoint and a reasoning for your counterpoint. It's not necessary, but I do believe that it's going to help you best come to your claim and then also provide reasoning for your claim. We'll look at that in a minute. Right? Pay attention to the words that narrow the scope, such as founding fathers, the original Constitution, the Constitution as ratified, which will reference the Constitution in 1789. Right? Prompts will ask you to provide a claim which would ideally includes a preview of a counterpoint, the reasoning for the counterpoint, restate the prompt, use the words right from the prompt, it's given to you, right? Take a position. This is your claim. This is what you're arguing here, and then explain why. This is your line of reasoning by answering the cause. Okay, so you have your student checklist here. You can definitely check that out. And again, this is an open note test, so you can have all this stuff out. You can use, I definitely start outlining your 9 required foundational documents. You can have those notes out too to help guide you on this. I wouldn't, should be looking up because you only have 25 minutes to answer the question, but you can definitely use those as aid during the test. Okay? So if we go and look at our prompt from the progress check, right, which asks you to basically take a stand, right, develop an argument on whether the federal government's role in education should be expanded. This was from the progress check for Unit 1, the free response. Okay, so I have provided you with some outlines or some diagrams for starting a thesis, right? I'm going to put these on Google Classroom. And this is kind of how you want to start it, right? This is your counterpoint. So I'm choosing, my point is going to be that the role of the federal government should not be expanded, or the role of the federal government should be left alone in this area of education, right? So my counterpoint is that some would argue, right, that expanding the role of federal government in education is necessary, right? Because expanding powers of the federal government would lead to expanding funds from the national governments to the schools. It would create more funds for schools, right? That's my counterpoint with the reasoning, right? However, right, the power of the national government in education should not be expanded or should be left alone. This is my claim. Okay, see how that leads right into my claim. And then my reasoning is because it allows the national government to interfere in a policy issue that would be better suited for the state. Okay, so if I scroll down here a little bit, I actually put this into my thesis. This is my thesis, right? Some would say that the federal government's role in education should be expanded because more regulation from the federal government could lead to more federal funding for school districts, right? That's my counterpoint in the reasoning. However, right now, this is my claim. It would be more wise to not expand the role of the federal government in education or keep it as is because expanded powers would allow the national government to interfere in a policy issue that would be better suited for the states. Period. Right? Claim with reasoning. Hope that makes sense.